Parents are outraged after a teacher accidentally shows Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey to fourth graders instead of Winnie the Pooh, the movie. And I'm quite sure a lot of you guys don't know what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and show about 30 seconds of the trailer.
We need to go. There's someone else outside.
So, my question one, is she an idiot? And two, does she deserve to be fired?
No. Not. How old are fourth graders again?
9.
9? Yeah. That's around the time
I'm sorry. She said it was by mistake. She did not do it on purpose. That's why I said is she stupid. I'm sorry. I left that out. Go ahead, Ira.
9-year-old kids. I remember watching stuff way younger than that, and I mean, it's not going to scar them. But let's just talk about something real quick. This is a non sequitur or non issue for me because man, fuck them kids. But anyway, the real thing is that I'm worried about is Disney. How did you let this happen? You let your rights lapse. You haven't made any content in the last 10 years that had to do with Winnie the Pooh. So they lost the rights to this. So now anybody can make in perpetuity forever anything about Winnie the Pooh. Same thing with Barney that's also coming out. So instead of you guys to make a real version or a reality version, you make a horror slasher film like this. And I looked up the score for this on Rotten Tomato. They didn't even get exposed to a good version of horror. Like, show them a real movie. Show them something like Chucky's Child Play, something. Let them know that them toys they be trying to ask for in the store could come back and get them. This isn't reputable. This isn't respectable. And these kids now have the ability to feign pain and hardship off of Winnie the Pooh. Disgusting.
I do not want my 9-year-old child seeing a slasher film.
Your 9-year-old child has already seen worse. Your 9-year-old child has seen worse.
Like, at what point do you keep on watching the movie, right? After you realize Winnie the Pooh wasn't going, I want to smack a really funny, after a while you'd be like, oh, I need to turn this MF off,
Right.
like
the teacher,
the whole movie.
No, the teacher left the room.
Probably,
so it was
right.
the teacher left the room. So she went on her lunch break. So for her, she just put it on Netflix and hit Winnie the Pooh.
20-odd-some children in the room by themselves. I have 3 sons. One's in second grade. 2 of them already been through 4th grade. And then for that matter, I'm a male that's been in the 4th grade. I know how mischievous I was when the teacher was out of the classroom. So this is all the teacher's fault in this particular case. This isn't a oops, my bad type things. Like you have to supervise children, and then for that matter, you have to be caught. Like you have to pre-watch these videos. And this is coming from a guy that's a paraprofessional, right? I worked in the school for about 3 years with special needs kids and all that other great stuff. And you have to pre-screen all the movies that you have your children or students see. And even if it's rated G, most schools say, hey, here's a permission slip. She's just completely irresponsible, like straight up. At first I was like, oh, okay, you messed up. You were in the middle of the movie and Winnie the Pooh stabbing people. But she started it from the beginning, walked out the classroom, and then was like, oh, you guys are good. Watch it. I don't care if you jump on the tables and do backflips off chairs. Watch this daggone Winnie the Pooh. That's stupid.
Yeah. I think it's all right. I don't think it's worth her losing a job. I don't think this is worth her losing a job. I don't think this is something that's gonna forever scar a bunch of kids. If they never walk up to a bear in their life again, great. Congratulations. Survival skill achieved. Like, because I know you've seen the other videos where kids who see like hippopotamus and stuff like that in Disney movies say, "Oh, bear," and they walk up to real ones in the real world and they're not prepared. So like, yeah,
I seen people get fired for less. Hey, you didn't stand up for the flag, and the teacher reprimands the child for not standing up for the flag. Boom, teacher's fired.
Well, yeah, that's a violation of the
Well, you're
kid's First
violating the
Amendment.
constitutional rights.
That's a constitutional right.
To me, that's less. Hey, they don't know what they're watching. You're exposing you're exposing children to something that a lot of parents aren't ready to expose their children. Like my wife right now is like, no, my kids aren't ready to watch Austin Powers. I'm like, yes, they are. You're ready to watch Austin Powers when you come out of the womb. But my wife's like, no. You will not watch Austin Powers.
I think we're way too fragile on this generation of children. They are more exposed and they are more exposed and more well equipped to handle the things that they are running into. We're talking about a group of kids that are literally being raised by iPads and the internet. The internet raises our kids, and while we can try and mitigate the things that they come into contact with, I think we're better off preparing them how to handle and digest certain information that comes to them and to help them better navigate that. So like, if that isn't the conversation moving forward, like, okay, this happened, let's talk about how to navigate this, then you're only coddling them, and the world won't do that when they get outside. I promise you that. Because they're going to run into me, and it's going to be me saying, fuck the kids. Like,
okay, so to further your point, Dino says they probably hear worse things than that playing Fortnite.
Facts.
Because I say it to them.
But it's not what they're hearing, it's what they're seeing, right? And there's difference between cartoon violence of Fortnite and modern warfare violence. They're two different levels of violence, right? Tom and Jerry versus Saw, right? They're like, what? Tom and Jerry, his head gets cut off. Okay, cool. We're laughing. There's no blood. But you see Saw and his head gets cut off. It's a totally different story. So what you see and what you put inside you through visually is more traumatizing than what you can hear.